is the exercise the human body was made to do. That's why anyone can walk. It doesn't take a lot of time, it doesn't take a lot of equipment, and it doesn't take a lot of training to achieve peak form. Walking is a simple way to boost your energy and benefit your lifestyle. So join us and find out why walking is the perfect exercise for you.
Meet Ann Peel. She's ranked among the top 10 race walkers in the world. She's won a silver medal at the Pan Am Games and twice won a bronze medal at the World Indoor Track and Field Championships.
Would you like to be healthier and more physically fit? Do you have problems maintaining an exercise program? You'll soon find out why walking is nature's answer to exercise.
This program is about fitness walking. You'll learn all about proper technique, fine-tuning, and important stretches. For those of you who want to challenge yourselves further, we'll go beyond to walking as a sport. You'll glimpse the thrill of competition and learn about the wide world of hiking.
We'll talk to experts about developing a program you can live with. We'll discuss strategies for fitting walking into your lifestyle. We'll cover the nuts and bolts of a program, and finally, the principles of cool down and warm-up exercises. So join me in a walking clinic and see if you don't come away inspired.
Hi, Ann, how are you?
Hi, Deepak, how are you doing?
Real good. Sure picked a great day for a walk.
Yeah, we did. Really good one. But first of all, I want to talk to you about what you want to get out of an exercise program, and then I'll be able to design a walking program that's effective for you.
Well, I want to find a way to put exercise into my life. You know, I've not been very successful. I think, you know, booking squash courts and that sort of thing, it just doesn't work out, I think. Well, my excuse is I'm too busy.
Well, walking is certainly something that you can fit in any time, any place. What do you want to achieve physically?
Well, I don't want to be like that guy in the margarine ads. You know, the guy whose doctor tells him to climb mountains? Mm-hmm. Well, I think maybe I should do it before my doctor tells me. So what that translates to is, well, I'd like to lose a bit of weight, get my heart moving. I'd like to live a while.
That's a pretty common objective, and I think fitness walking can help you achieve them.
What's the difference between fitness walking and, say, what I did walking down here?
Well, I like to say that fitness walking is regular walking with a little more vigor. Let's get down here and I'll just show you a few hints. Because the fitness walking is regular walking with a little more vigor, all you want to concentrate on is using all your muscles with a little more vigor. And that starts off with the upper body, the pumping motion of race walking. You're holding your arms at 90 degrees and you're using the biceps and the shoulder muscles, and they're getting a good workout. And because your arms are pushing your body a little bit harder, that gets your heart rate up and you get the cardiovascular benefit. And at the same time, concentrating on the arms is much easier to do than concentrating on leg speed. And you'll find that if you get a good arm action going, your legs will follow, and you get a lot of leg strength from the legs moving quickly and having to carry your body at a faster speed than with regular walking. The other benefit that you'll get from fitness walking, and that will differ from regular walking, is you're concentrating on holding your body tall, and that uses the abdominal muscles. So the combination of all those actions really gives you a good overall muscle workout as well as cardiovascular benefits.
Okay, like this?
A bit like that, yeah. Keep the elbows in and don't bring your arms up so high. You just want them to come sort of the middle of your body. That's better. That's a good movement.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable too.
Yeah, that's a good arm action.
Good, yeah. Now, I imagine shoes are pretty important too.
Yeah, shoes are very important.
Well, I was a little worried about that, so I brought quite a few along too.
Oh,
right
that's
here.
good. Let's have a look at them and we'll see which ones are best.
Okay.
That's a deck shoe. That It's not the greatest. It is flexible, which is one of the requirements, but there really isn't much heel support, and there certainly really isn't any arch support. So I think I'd leave that one for the sailing.
Well, I was worried about that, so I brought this one along too.
Now, this is a much better shoe. It's flexible. It's got good good heel cup. It's got good arch support built in. The uppers are leather, so they'll be breathable, and there's not too much cushioning here, so the shoe will stay light and won't drag you down. So as long as the shoe's comfortable, I think that's an excellent shoe to use.
Well, seems like a pretty good shoe then, but what about my sandal?
Sandals always concern me because I'm afraid people's feet will get tired before they'll really get a good workout with the rest of their body. You have to grip to hold the sandal on. So I think probably sticking with lace-up shoes is a better idea, at least at the beginning.
Okay, so I'll put it on. I hope I brought two. And what about your shoes?
Well, my shoes were designed by the manufacturer for fitness walking, but they've got the same quality as your black pair of shoes. They're flexible through the toe base here. They've got a good strong heel support, good strong arch support, not too thick a sole so that they're light, and they're very comfortable and they breathe well. But I don't think that anybody needs to go out and buy a sort of a special pair of fitness walking shoes. You can do quite well with some of the shoes that are in your closet.
Okay, well, that's great. Let's get going.
No, come back here. We've got to do our warm-up exercises first.
Man, I've been walking since I've been a child. Surely you don't have to warm up to walk.
You gotta warm up every time before you start fitness walking. Remember, you're fitness walking. You remind me of the customer that the mechanic once said, you can either get an oil change now or you can get a valve job later on. You've got to make sure you keep your muscles in shape and working properly. So let's get a start from head to toe. Just move your head from side to side. Stretching before you start is very important for your body. I asked Dr. Luba, physician for the National Track and Field team, why stretching and proper warm-up are important. Okay, change direction.
Stretching puts the muscles, tendons, and ligaments of the body through a full, controlled range of motion before starting the exercise program. This gets these structures primed up and ready to meet the demands of the body during exercise. A warm-up program, which consists of repetitive motion of the upper and lower extremities, results in warming up of the muscles. This improves blood supply and also delivery of oxygen to the muscles. The oxygen, of course, is necessary for energy production during exercise.
It's a good idea. Okay, and warm-up and cool-down exercises are the same. We'll get into stretching in a little more detail during our cool-down. Okay, well, now we're ready to get going. Let's go over there. There's a nice level piece of land.
Okay. So this seems pretty straightforward. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, you look pretty good. There are some problems that people consistently have. For instance, the shoulders tend to get tense and rise up, and yours look good. They're nice and level and relaxed. You want to concentrate on that. The other thing is your arms are pumping well. Some people will have problems. Their arms will sort of pump up in a marching style, or else they'll swing from side to side, almost like a washing machine. But yours look pretty good, keeping them pumping just back and forth in front of the body. That's good.
Technique is crucial, and proper body placement is the key to walking correctly. So let's take a look at the 4 main areas of the body that are the key to proper technique. You should try to achieve a well-aligned posture. Be conscious of moving forward. Work on holding the head upright with the neck relaxed, the shoulders low, and the arms pumping at 90-degree angles. The hips should be moving forwards and backwards. Minimize any side-to-side swing. Keep it a movement within the pelvis. Try to make short, quick, powerful strides. Keep the toes up when you land and keep the feet close to the ground. Foot motion is a lot like a rocking chair. You land on the heel with a slightly bent leg, then roll through to the ball of the foot.
I think I'm getting it, but you know, with my schedule, it's hard to find time for exercise.
Well, that's the great thing about walking. You can find all sorts of ways of fitting it in.
Think about how you can fit walking into your lifestyle. Get off the bus or the subway a few blocks earlier and walk the rest of the way to work.
Go for a stroll at lunch. Take an afternoon break for a rejuvenating jaunt. let the heat of the summer or the hazards of winter stop you. Be creative.
Mall walking has recently emerged as a solution to those problems, especially for seniors who want to avoid icy sidewalks. Local malls can make arrangements to open their premises early so your mall walking club can enjoy the use of their premises.
Most of us lead busy lives. It's difficult to introduce a new activity into a tightly packed schedule. Even if change has obvious advantages, it's hard to give up on old, bad habits. Dream up strategies that will help you stick with the program. Try varying your workouts. Walk to work one day, walk to your local park the next. Vary the terrain. Hills, sandy beaches, boardwalks, and forest trails can bring new challenges. Walk with your spouse or your friends. Set goals for yourself. Measure off routes to follow. Try to add some extra walking time to your weekly routine. Track your accomplishments, but forgive yourself if you can't walk one day. Walking should be associated with good, not guilty feelings. Remember that variety is the spice of life, and walking is uniquely able to give you that. First, you want to make sure that you keep your posture well aligned. Convenient trick is to think of a string going all the way up through your spinal cord and out the top of your head. The shoulders nice and low and relaxed. The arms pumping at 90-degree angles, just straight back and forth. The hips as well, just moving straight back and forth. And landing with your foot, with the heel on the ground and rolling off the ball of the foot.
Let's look at our technique in more detail.
First, make sure you have good posture. Your head should be aligned above your body as if pulled up by a string. Your back should be straight and shoulders low and relaxed. You swing your arms back and forth vigorously. The pumping motion of the arms gives you forward momentum and works the biceps and the shoulders. The biceps are the muscles in your upper arm at the front. As you move, it's the gluteus, the large muscles in your buttocks, that you use to push the leg forward. You use the abdominal muscles to hold the body straight and to rock the pelvis forward into a good posture. They'll also take the stress off your lower back. You keep the hips straight. You don't move them from side to side. That puts a lot of stress on the legs, and it's not a very efficient way to walk. You put your heel down first, and then you rock forward to the ball of the foot. When you put your foot down, you keep your toes up and land with your knee bent. Then as you push your leg behind you, your leg straightens as it moves under your body, and then you rock off the ball of your foot just as the other foot lands. Work towards a short, quick, powerful stride. A good way to fine-tune your technique is to sign up for a fitness walking clinic. It's a good way to get more information about the sport.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, Anne, how long do you think it should take for us to get fit?
Well, that, of course, will depend a bit on the fitness level that you start off with. But it won't take more than a couple of weeks before you start to feel sort of strengthened and toned throughout your body. You'll be using both your upper body and your lower body muscles, so you won't develop any muscle imbalances. And you'll start to get the cardio benefits about the same time.
Is there something special I should wear?
In the winter, you'll want to wear several light, loose layers of clothing, preferably natural fibers. If it's windy out, you'll want to wear some kind of a windbreaker or a shell so that when you perspire and you're going into the wind, you don't get too cold. In the summer, the same thing. You'll want to wear light, loose layers, preferably cotton. Don't overdress and don't overheat in the summer.
Any sort of surfaces I should not walk on, worrying about my knees?
No, there's really no surface that you shouldn't be walking on. Runners, for instance, have to avoid running on concrete because concrete has doesn't absorb any of the impact. Walking, because it's a low-impact sport, you can do it on any kind of surface. But you should try to choose a softer and yet firm surface, like asphalt or a hard dirt road.
And what are some of the best snack foods to take on a long walk?
Well, you want to carry high-energy foods, probably complex carbohydrates. Carry something like raisins and peanuts. That's always a good idea.
For how long should I walk each day?
Well, for good cardiovascular benefit, you'll want to walk at least 3 times a week for at least 20 minutes at a good, vigorous effort. If you can't quite handle that much, you can start off with about 10 minutes, but try to work up to 20 minutes fairly quickly. And of course, if you can handle 20 minutes, then try to do it 5 times a week.
A sensible thing to carry as well is something like a fanny pack to carry your keys and some loose change. Another thing in the summer you might consider carrying is a water bottle. Make sure that you don't get dehydrated in the hot summer months. If you find that you're getting fatigued for whatever reason, don't overdo it. Always make sure that your fitness program fits you. We can show you some of the general principles involved in developing a program for maximum fitness benefit. Let's go look at some of the basic principles now. Dr. Jan Roos is a respirologist and chest specialist. He is also a coach for the Ontario Racewalkers Club and an avid walker himself.
That's 100. This is a simple exercise that many people overlook. I just counted my pulse at the neck for 6 seconds and added a 0, which gave me the number of heartbeats per minute. You can also count it at your wrist equally well. It allows you to tell at what intensity you were working. To take your pulse at your neck, lightly place 3 fingertips on one side just beneath your jawbone and at the side of your Adam's apple. Or you may prefer a wrist reading. With your index and middle fingers, first feel for the wrist bone at the base of the thumb, then move your fingertips toward your wrist. Wear your watch so it's easy to read. Recently, studies have shown that it is better to work at moderate intensity for longer periods than at short, more intense ones. Your object is to walk within your target heart rate zone. You can calculate that by using this simple formula. Take 220, subtract your age, then multiply this number by 60% for your lower limit and 85% for your upper limit. So, for example, if you're aged 40, then your target heart rate range would be 220 minus 40, which is 180, times 60%, which is 108 heartbeats per minute. That would be your lower limit. And your upper limit would be 220 minus 40 again, which is 180, times 85%, which is 153 beats per minute. This graph shows the correlation between age and your target heart rate zone. It decreases over time. Remember that by pushing your limits, you are not doing yourself any favors. Slow and steady is the name of the game. When you're setting up a fitness program, you have to first determine goals. Designing a walking program around your specific fitness goals allows you to get the maximum training effect for the time and energy you expend. For increased physical endurance, you may want to add some weights in a warm-up program. You can also gain strength by going up hills. For cardiovascular fitness, you need to elevate your heart rate for at least half an hour 3 times a week. If you want to lose weight, you should remember that weight loss is related to the length of time you spend exercising. So if you want to lose more weight, take longer walks, say an hour a day at a medium pace. If you want to tone up more than lose weight, then a half an hour a day would be ideal at the medium pace.
And how fast do you think we're walking?
Oh, about 4 miles an hour, about a 15-minute mile.
We're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit of a pain in my side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That might be a stitch. Why don't we just slow down just a little bit? You think about relaxing.
The stitch in the side is usually a result of inadequate blood supply to the abdominal muscles. This results in lactic acid buildup and cramping. If this happens, I'd recommend that the individual slow down their pace, relax, and at the same time, they can turn their upper body from side to side. And by doing this, they'll stretch out the cramping muscle. By and large, this stitching problem will go away and they can continue on with their exercise program.
Well, it's been a super walk, Ann, but I'm a little bit worried about my pain tomorrow.
Oh, well, we're going to stop over here and do some cool-down exercises, and that'll help reduce any possibilities of pain. Let's do the way we
This
did
day
before.
after pain is the result of inefficient energy production. When not enough oxygen is being supplied to the muscles, there's a buildup of lactic acid. The lactic acid results in a burning sensation and this pain that people often experience the day after. One way of getting around this pain is by doing a proper warm down after your exercise program. And this will keep a good blood flow to the muscles and help wash out the lactic acid that has been produced during exercise and thus minimize discomfort the next day.
It's side to side, nice and relaxed with the neck.
Feels nice.
Yeah. Into the shoulder shrugs. Stretch out the shoulders, relax them a little bit. The other direction. That's it. Nice and relaxed. And then go and put your legs apart, go into hip circles. And stretch out the hips and stretch out the back a little bit. Also stretches out the abdominals. And the other direction. Just nice and relaxed and easy. Now stand over your body and bend your knees a little bit and just go down. This will stretch out the hamstrings, stretches out the back, stretches out the calves, and stretches out the gluteus muscles. Lean over to the left side and hold it. Move into the center and hold it. Move over to the right side and hold it. Just a nice, easy pull, just a gradual pull. You don't want to feel any pain at all. Okay, now sit down. Straighten one leg, pull the other one up towards you, and do ankle circles. Just loosen up the ankle, and then the other direction. Hold your back up straight the whole time that you're doing this. Now cross over, and this will give you a good stretch to the gluteus muscle. Just hug the knee to your chest. Keep your back straight. Okay, now you have to make sure that you always do each exercise on both sides of the body. So you want to make sure that you also do the ankle circles and the other exercises on the left side. And then the other direction. Okay, now cross over and hug the knee to your chest again. Remember, again, keep your back straight. Okay. Okay, that's it for that. And then we'll go over and we'll stretch our calves out. Okay, you can go on that side. I'll go on this side. Just lean against the pole. This leg, you're not worried about stretching. You just take all your weight up and put all your weight on the leg that you're stretching. We're going to try stretching out the calf again. So lean into the pole with the bent knee. That will stretch the calf muscle out. Now straighten the knee and push through again, and that will stretch the calf and the Achilles out. Okay. Now you can do the other side as well. Make sure again that you always do both sides. Again, bend the knee and stretch right into the pole. Straighten the knee and stretch again. Okay, that's it. Now remember, those cool-down exercises are the same exercises that we do in the warm-up. And if you keep doing them both before and after exercise, your muscles will stay nice and loose and supple.
I feel great.
Good, that's terrific. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks so much.
Is there anything else we should know before embarking upon an exercise program?
And I think it's really important that if an individual has not done strenuous exercise in the past, if they're overweight, if they're a cigarette smoker, if they're over the age of 21, or if they have any health problems whatsoever, that they seek the advice of their physician before starting on such a program.
Thank you. Next, we shall see a practice race walk to experience some of the thrill of competition. We'll also hear from somebody who has made walking a means of exploration and travel.
You may want to get involved in competition, or perhaps you just want to personally challenge yourselves further. I find competitive walking or race walking to be fun myself. I enjoy the technical aspects of the sport. The two rules of race walking are that the supporting leg must be straight as it comes underneath the body, and the athlete must maintain contact with the ground at all times. Here I am training with a couple of other members of the national race walking team. You'll notice the vigorous arm action and the short, quick strides that the athletes take. Race walkers will reach average speeds of 7 minutes per mile while racing. Maybe competition is not for you. Those who walk for the personal challenge may want to learn more about how to take walking above and beyond an exercise program. Ron Bayless has organized and led walking tours all over the world.
Fresh air, exercise, just the pleasure of being out in the countryside. This is why I think walking is the ideal recreational sport. Not only can it give you a good workout, but also it'll help to relieve tension and stress. And then where to go walking, you might ask? Well, virtually every city has hiking and walking clubs who will familiarize you with trails in the city and in the surrounding countryside and across the country if you wish. And then if you go abroad, so many places to visit. England has 60,000 miles of footpaths. Then Austria has a great network of trails and hikes for you to explore, and everyone has a restaurant at the beginning or the middle or the end of every hike. And then Hawaii, everybody thinks you go to Hawaii just to lie on the beach, but you'll find a network of hiking trails on every island. And then New Zealand, my favorite place for hiking and sightseeing, well, I mean, that has the finest walk in the world, the Milford Track, which is really the epitome of hiking everywhere. So just to summarize, walking and hiking will help you meet nice people and see some great scenery throughout the world and help you to get fit and stay fit.
So now you've learned a little bit about fitness walking, why don't you go out and just take a walk? Don't worry about the technique and don't worry about your speed. Just get out there and do it. And I'm sure you'll feel a lot better, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy yourself. And you'll be ready to make walking a part of your life.